Hello, dear listeners. Today we are going to dive into the remarkable and inspiring life story of Larry Page, the co-founder of Google and one of the most influential innovators in modern history. This is not just a story about technology or wealth. It is a story about curiosity, imagination, persistence, failure, and the courage to think differently. As you listen to this story, you will also improve your English listening skills, learn useful vocabulary, and understand how real-life stories are told in clear and natural English. So stay focused, relax, and let's begin from the very beginning. Larry Page was born on March 26, 1973, in East Lansing, Michigan, United States. From the very beginning of his life, Larry was surrounded by computers, books, and scientific thinking. His family environment played a huge role in shaping who he would become. Larry's father, Carl Victor Page, was a professor of computer science and one of the early pioneers of artificial intelligence. His mother, Gloria Page, was also deeply involved in technology and worked as a computer programming instructor. Because both of his parents worked in the world of computers, technology was not something special or mysterious in Larry's home. It was normal. While other children were playing with toy cars or dolls, Larry was already seeing computers in his house. At the age of 6, he typed his first word on a computer. At a time when most families did not even own a computer, Larry was already learning how they worked. Larry was a very curious child. He constantly asked questions about everything around him. He wanted to understand why things worked the way they did. Sometimes this curiosity made him impatient with rules or authority, but it also made him a deep thinker. Larry attended a Montessori school, which encouraged independence, creativity, and self-directed learning. In this environment, students were allowed to explore ideas freely instead of memorizing information. Later in life, Larry said that this type of education taught him how to think for himself and not be afraid of new ideas. At home, Larry often took things apart to see how they worked. Radios, toys, and even household machines were not safe from his curiosity. His parents did not stop him. Instead, they encouraged him to explore and learn. These early experiences planted a powerful idea in Larry's mind. Technology could be used to solve big problems and improve the world. As Larry grew older, his interest in technology became stronger. He was especially fascinated by systems, networks, and how information moved from one place to another. Larry attended the University of Michigan, where he studied computer engineering. During his time there, he worked on many projects involving machines, data, and large-scale systems. Unlike many students, Larry was not interested in simply getting good grades. He wanted to work on ideas that had real impact. While studying at university, Larry began thinking deeply about the future of information. The internet was growing quickly, but finding useful information online was still difficult. Search engines existed, but they were slow, inaccurate, and often confusing. After graduating from the University of Michigan, Larry decided to continue his education at Stanford University, where he began working toward a PhD in computer science. Stanford was a place filled with ambitious students, new ideas, and cutting-edge research. It was at Stanford that Larry started asking a simple but powerful question. How can we organize all the information on the internet? Larry noticed that web pages were connected to each other through links. He wondered if these links could be used to measure importance. If many websites linked to a particular page, maybe that page was more valuable. This idea became the foundation of an algorithm called PageRank, a system that ranked web pages based on the number and quality of links pointing to them. At the time, this idea was revolutionary. While studying at Stanford, Larry met Sergey Brin, another PhD student in computer science. At first, the two did not get along very well. They argued often and had different opinions on many topics. However, these disagreements pushed them to think more deeply. Over time, Larry and Sergey realized that their differences actually made them stronger as a team. Larry was a visionary thinker, always focused on the big picture. Sergey was highly analytical and creative. Together, they formed a powerful partnership. They began working on Larry's PageRank idea and created a search engine called Backrub. This system analyzed relationships between websites and produced far better results than existing search engines. Soon, their project became too large for Stanford servers. They realized that they were building something much bigger than a research project. In 1998, Larry Page and Sergey Brin officially founded Google. The name came from the mathematical word Google, which means the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. This name reflected their mission to organize a massive amount of information and make it accessible to everyone. Google started in a garage with limited money and basic equipment. They used cheap computers and worked long hours. Their main focus was not making money. It was creating the best possible search experience for users. Their simple design, fast speed, and accurate results quickly attracted users. Google began growing faster than anyone expected. As Google grew, new challenges appeared. Managing a fast-growing company was difficult, especially for someone who preferred research and innovation over management. Larry struggled with leadership responsibilities. He realized that running a company required different skills than writing code. Instead of ignoring this problem, Larry made a smart decision. In 2001, Google hired Eric Schmidt as CEO. Eric had business experience and helped guide Google through its rapid expansion. This allowed Larry and Sergey to focus on innovation while Eric handled daily operations. Under this leadership structure, Google expanded rapidly. New products were launched, including Gmail, Google Maps, Google Chrome, Google News, YouTube, acquired in 2006, Android. Larry strongly believed in innovation without fear. He encouraged employees to spend time working on creative projects. This culture led to groundbreaking ideas that changed how people use the internet. Larry believed that failure was part of progress. He once said that if you are not failing, you are not trying hard enough. In 2015, Google restructured its company and created a new parent organization called Alphabet Inc. Larry Page became the CEO of Alphabet. This move allowed Google to focus on its core business, while other teams worked on futuristic projects known as moonshots, ideas that seemed impossible but had the potential to change the world. These projects included Waymo, self-driving cars, artificial intelligence research, life sciences and healthcare, smart cities, clean energy. Larry believed that technology should solve humanity's biggest problems, not just create profits. He wanted Alphabet to be a place where bold ideas were encouraged. Larry Page is known for being extremely private. He does not seek attention and avoids media interviews. In 2007, he married Lucinda Southworth, and together they have children. Despite his wealth, Larry lives a relatively simple life. He believes that money should be used to create progress and improve the future. Larry invests heavily in renewable energy, artificial intelligence, and medical research. He believes that companies should aim to improve the quality of life for everyone. One of Larry's strongest beliefs is that technology should serve humanity. Larry Page's journey shows us that curiosity can change the world. From a child surrounded by computers to the creator of the world's most powerful search engine, his story is truly inspiring. Google did not succeed because of luck. It succeeded because Larry Page dared to think differently, ask bold questions, and take risks. His legacy is not just Google. It is a mindset that encourages innovation, long-term thinking, and fearless creativity. And just like Larry Page, your journey can begin with a single question: how can I make this better?